What makes Splatoon unique? Well, it has finally arrived. Nintendo's brand new IP, Splatoon, has hit store shelves as of May 29th, 2015. Not only is this a whole new IP, but it's also a whole new genre for Nintendo to tackle, the multiplayer shooter. Nintendo has done first-person shooters before with the Metroid Prime series, but Splatoon is more focused on multiplayer, which is wildly different from the one-player experience of Metroid. Leading up to the game's release, I had heard nothing but this game's praises, many touting that it was very fun, and how it was Nintendo's answer to other popular shooters like Call of Duty. Now, I will agree with the notion that the games are very different, but it's not wrong to compare them considering how Splatoon holds on to a lot of the features of other popular FPS titles. I was personally excited to see what all the commotion was about, and truly, this game delivers on everything that it claims to be. What makes Splatoon unique is its ability to promote teamwork while still giving solo players a solid online experience. Let's begin. The big reason this game is compared to the likes of other shooters like Call of Duty is because of its multiplayer focus. The battles are 4v4, which is historically a nice number for team-based shooters, and with experience-based upgrades and rewards, it definitely reminds me of the Call of Duty franchise. Rather than being about kills or capturing a flag, however, Splatoon is centered on a whole new mode called Turf War, where the goal is to cover the map with as much ink as possible. The team with the biggest percentage of the map covered at the end is the winner. This is why people think it's not like Call of Duty or Halo, because it's not focused on kills, and they are right in saying that. But you can't make a competitive shooter without players falling into the habits that these series are infamous for. There will be people who want to grief, or will spawn camp, or will simply go for kills just so that they can be proud of their own stats. The Turf War game mode, however, allows players like this to not necessarily hinder their own team. With the goal of having to cover the map with as much ink as possible, it would be silly for your team to stick together. You want to cover the map efficiently, so the smartest thing to do would be to spread out immediately. In fact, if you take a look at the shape of most maps, there are generally 3 paths that you can follow from your spawn, and considering you leave one player to cover the spawn area itself, your team of 4 can quickly cover your half of the map. Now, until there is a competitive 4v4 mode in the game, we will all be paired with randoms, and the players who aim for kills and don't care about the ink will still be somewhat helpful to your team actually, assuming they're not dying. Taking out opponents doesn't just cause them to explode with ink, it also gives your team a numbers advantage, allowing more opportunities to paint the stage. And don't forget, to be remotely good at this game you need to manage your ink, and know when to jump in and out of your squid form since it offers the best movement options. Whenever you're confronted with an enemy trying to take you out, having the ink to be able to maneuver around benefits everyone on the team, especially those who are hunting for kills. This brings up another point, the game feels squad-based in a way. Between the different weapons like the roller and the sniper-like charger, there are a lot of different roles to have on the team. Many would consider the roller to be one of the best since it takes out opponents in one hit and is the most efficient at covering the stage, but the thing is, it's actually quite ineffective against the basic splatter shot, since you can just run backwards while shooting them. This goes to show that the weapons are all useful for different reasons. Some are actually very good at taking out enemies even. As the competitive metagame begins to develop for this game, I assume a well-made team would have a balance between the weapons. I personally think a paint roller is required for its efficiency, but a team of 4 of them is severely lacking in range. When you take all the features of your typical multiplayer shooter, teamwork generally goes out the window. But in this weird way, Splatoon has found a balance where a team can work together without having to run together in a nice group. New game modes may be on the horizon, but until then, Turf War is more than enough. Each player has their own role to the combat, and even if that is to just take out enemies, or snipe from a distance, or simply cover the stage with ink, the combat feels synergized without relying heavily on the help from teammates. That is what makes Splatoon unique. Be sure to hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video, and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos that discuss what makes any video game stand out. Thanks for watching.